Hi everyone. In the last video, I taught the rules of indices. So in this video, we'll be applying those rules to solve these three questions. And I said in that video that if you're able to master the rules of indices, then you can solve any question that has to do with indices and exponent. Okay, now look at this. 2 raised to 1 minus y times 2 raised to y minus 1. In fact, before I go on, I can already apply that first law here that says when the base, right, when you have same base, you can add up the power. So let me just quickly do that. So pick 2, then add up 1 minus 1, y minus. So that's 1 minus y plus y minus 1. Okay? So divided by 2 raised to y plus 2 then equals. Now look at it. So that I am able to apply the laws of indices, I would rather, instead of writing it this way, I would rather write it as 2 raised to 3. It's the same thing. 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. Okay? So I'd rather write 2 raised to the power of 3. Then I have 2 minus 3y. 2 minus 3y. So if you're able to do this step, you're 50% done. Okay, then let's go further to simplify this power. You open up the bracket. So I have 2 raised to the power of 1 minus y plus times y is plus y. Then plus times minus y is minus 1 is minus 1. Then I have it divided by, see, I'm choosing to write my division like this. If you leave it like this, you're still good, right? So I have 2y plus 2 equals, so 3 would open this bracket. 3 times 2, you have 6. Then 3 times negative 3y is negative 9y. Okay, so the next step would be to get of this. Minus y plus y is 0. Okay, it's just like saying minus 1 plus 1. That's same as saying plus 1, which is same as 1 minus 1, 0. So negative y, positive y is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0, right? So I have 2 raised to 0 divided by 2 raised to y plus 2 equals 2 raised to 6 minus 9y. Okay? So 2 raised to 0 is 1. So I could write 1 here and solve, but I choose to do it this way. Pick one of the two, apply that second law, pick one of the two, then subtract power. So you have 0 division minus y plus 2 equals 2 raised to 6 minus 9y. So open up this. This, of course, 0 minus, you have 2 raised to minus times y would give you minus y. Okay, so minus plus will give you minus 2 equals 2 raised to the power of 6 minus 9y. Now, why solving equation that has to do with indices, if you have been able to achieve this point where the bases are equal, then you can just equate the power. So let's finish up right here. So we have negative y, negative 2 equals 6 minus 9y. Okay, so we'll collect the like terms, right? So if I bring negative 9y here, it's going to turn positive 9y. Then I have negative y. Then equals 6 is right here. Take minus 2 over there. Turns, when you're moving a number, over the equal to, the sign would always change. So negative 2 changes to positive 2. Okay, 9y minus y is, that's 9 minus 1. They have same variable, so you can operate them. 9 minus 1 is 8. So 9y minus y is 8y. 8y equals 6 plus 2 is 8. Okay, so at this point, you just divide through by the coefficient of y, which is 8. Okay, so 8 takes off 8. So the value of y is 8 divided by 8 is 1. So the value of y is 1. So it's really simple if you're able to follow the principles and the laws. All right, let's solve this. In the previous video while talking about the laws, I thought what you do when you have a negative index. All you have to do is to take 81 up and 1 down. So you know that's same as writing 81 divided by 1, which should give you 81 raised to the power of 1 over 4. And this would mean that find the fourth root of 81. When you have 1 over 2, it means the square root. When you have 1 over 3, it means the third root. Now that you have 1 over 4, it would mean the fourth root of 81. So what's that number that when I multiply it together 4 times, I'm going to have 81? Of course, the number is 3. Okay? So this is 3. And this question says to find the third root of 27x cubed y9. So just break them down. All of this is same as writing 27x cubed y9 all raised to the power of 1 over 3. Yes, in the last video, I thought a 1 over 3 would mean the cube root of a. So now that we have the cube root of this, we can express it as this. So apply 1 over 3 to each of the terms, right? So you have 27, 1 over 3, multiplying x cubed, 1 over 3, then multiplying y9, 1 over 3, okay? So 27 raised to 1 over 3 means the third root of 27, which is 3. Then, of course, applying the law of product of powers, 3 can now multiply 1 over 3. And if you do that, 3 times 1 over 3, 3 takes off 3, right? So you have 1. So that's x raised to the power of 1, which is same as x. Then we have y. So 3 taking off 9 to have 3, y raised to 3. So this is 3xy cubed. And that will be all in this video. Please like this video and share. See you in the next one. Bye.